This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weights. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
And we welcome you. Happy Monday. Jason Walker Show back, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Coming up today, we're going to chat in with Guy Almquist and Ben Dudek, get their thoughts on their respective basketball teams as they gear up high school basketball for conference play in the AA starting this week. There is lots of action this week as well. That includes a certain little football game, and we have an update on that with COVID. Also get predictions from the coaches this week, and it's going to be a fun week. It's our last day in studio today. You can watch us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports. Go to jasonwalkershow.com. So much more. But this will be the last day in studio because we'll be on the road driving to Frisco tomorrow and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday we'll be in Frisco, Plano area, and doing our shows Thursday and Friday from Hooters down in Plano, Texas. So if you get a chance to stop by Plano, if you're going to the game, Bobcats and North Dakota State, if you're heading to down to that game this weekend, Thursday and Friday we will be at the Hooters in Plano doing this show from that great facility. We're going to talk to Sam Herder from Hero Sports this week. We're going to check in with coaches as well as players. We'll talk to Keith Brake, play-by-play guy from North Dakota State women's basketball, host of The Breakdown out in North Dakota. Also, Alex Eshelman will join us tomorrow. Katie Garson-Forba, Brandon Day. I mean, it's going to be a packed week. And tomorrow, somewhere in Wyoming or Colorado, we'll be doing the show, depending on what time we hit each state. Driving down, taking my brother and my dad, and it'll be a lot of fun. We're heading down, like I said, tomorrow. So Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be doing the show either from the truck or somewhere along the road. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll be at Hooters in Plano, Texas. So there you go. This opening segment of the Jason Walker Show for the opening show of the 2022 year is brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry. 3 distinct divisions. You can create the log home of your dreams and your budget. The milled log packages are logs of a consistent diameter with great versatility, beauty, and strength. Contrast that with the handcraft division, where each log's individually crafted together to create your walls, trusses, and all the extra details. And if your taste runs to timber frame construction and accents, man oh man, Montana Custom Log Homes does everything from mortise and tenon joinery to steel joinery and every combination in between. Check it out. Montana Custom Log Homes at yourcustomlog.com. We have great sponsors, and now we need a man cave sponsor. JR, thank you so much at Major Mortgage for all the great help and support over the last 2 years, but we need new man cave sponsors. So if you want to be our man cave sponsor, let us know. You can do that. We do have great sponsors. And we also have great sponsors helping us get to Texas. The Montana Football Hall of Fame, along with Big Sky Brokers, Jay Shirley, Overland Express, Phil, thank you, Joe Speaker, Speaker Sprinklers, my uncle Lloyd Walker, actually down at Excite Baits. You can check out Excite Baits. In fact, I'm going to try to convince him to give me some Excite Baits. It's wonderful stuff. But we have to try it for the small and largemouth bass up in the Flathead area. I was talking to a buddy of mine, so we got to get some Excite Baits up here. in Montana. Also, Pinkerton and Company, based out of Wyoming, but they have unbelievable leather products. And if you use the code MTSports10 at checkout, you'll get a great discount as well. So, lots of great stuff. Hope you had a good weekend and a good break. I know we did with the holidays. Had all three of my kids around. My son still home from the Army on leave. He flies back to Kansas, scheduled anyway, on Thursday. So it's been fun having him back in town. He turned 21 last year over in Germany in quarantine after they had deployed. So got to buy him his first legal beer, which is a big step, right, for a parent? I think so. And then my oldest daughter, Faith, who goes to grad school down at Auburn, she was home for a few days and got to hang out. So that was kind of cool. And, of course, the little one hanging around the whole time. So super, super fun. Hope you had a good time with family and friends, whatever you did. I use the Traeger a lot. And just good food. So we got to work that off this in the next few months before golf season begins. Oh, my goodness. Crazy. All right, so the FCS Championship game coming up Saturday is scheduled for Saturday in Frisco, Texas, noon kickoff time Mountain. There are some contingencies that were released today. The Division I Football Oversight Committee approved a plan in case the Division I FCS title game is impacted by the pandemic. Now, look, they postponed or canceled some bowl games that nobody cared about. Small bowl games, right? They moved some teams around. You know, I mean, we could just let these kids play, you know, at this point in time. They're all vaccinated. Just let them damn play. If the vaccinations work, then let them play. The game is scheduled Saturday, North Dakota State, Montana State. The contingency plan includes setting the minimum participation numbers for each team at 53, including 7 offensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen, and a quarterback, and then 2 countable coaches. Now, if a team falls below those minimums, the school could still choose to play. Both teams are scheduled to get into Frisco on Wednesday. If one or both teams fall below the minimum numbers for eligible players and choose not to play, prior to arriving at the site, the committee will look to move the title game to January 14th in Frisco. That's if NDSU or MSU choose not to play before getting to the arrival site. Now, if both teams arrive at the final site and one or both teams fall below the established minimum participation numbers of 53, this is what happens. If one team is unable to play, the Division I Football Committee will declare the game a no contest, and the available team remaining would be the 2021 champion. If both teams are not able to play after arriving in Frisco, the game is a no contest, the championship would be vacated. That's right. That's exactly what I just said. Oh. So we're looking for Wednesday. We're looking for both teams to get there Wednesday, and we're looking for both teams to have a minimum 53 players and 2 coaches, minimum. If you're vaccinated, and it's supposed to work, right? The vaccination's supposed to work, then why can't these kids just play with no... They didn't have an issue with Georgia or Cincinnati playing in the semifinals on New Year's Eve. They didn't have an issue with Michigan and Georgia playing. So why can't, and I can guarantee you nobody's going to have an issue on Monday night with Alabama and Georgia set to play for the college football championship in Division I, as opposed to the FCS, which will be Saturday. So does Alabama and Georgia have the same rules and contingencies for the FCS, for NDSU and MSU? Big question. Look, I'm told the vaccine works. I'm double vaxxed. I've got the booster. I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-mask mandate. Anti-mandate, period. But if these kids are vaccinated and it supposedly works, then let them play. We don't have to have contingencies. Let them play. Who cares if they're COVID, right? Because it works. That's what I'm told. By society and by doctors and some that aren't doctors and some that should probably not be doctors that shouldn't be talking. Anyway, that's where we sit on that. So that's coming up Saturday. And again, we're going to have extensive coverage on the way to Frisco and back, including next Monday. But it's going to be fun. We'll get there, I think, Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night into Frisco. And then Thursday and Friday, we're going to be broadcasting from Hooters in Plano, Texas. It's going to be a lot of fun. And made the call today, talked to the manager, and Ashley, and she was like, absolutely. So said, hey, we're looking for a place to do our show for a couple of days. And she said, this is the place. So we'll be at Hooters Thursday and Friday in Plano. So if you're making the trip, stop by Thursday, Friday from 5 to 6 Central Time and say hi in the Jason Walker Show. If you're heading down, it doesn't matter if you're supporting the Cats or the Bison. Okay? It's going to be a fun week. Can't wait. In a road trip with my brother and my dad. We haven't done that in a while. At least not one this long. It's going to be fun. And looking forward to. They're going to go hog hunting on Friday night with my uncle, who lives down in Texas. So I'll be doing my show from Hooters, and they'll be hunting hogs. One could say it's one and the same. I don't know. I'm kidding. We will be enjoying cold beer and wings at Hooters, and they'll be enjoying shooting hogs. Wild hogs down there in Texas. I'd love to go, but it's like an hour from Plano where we're staying. So I don't know if I can make it. But how cool would that be to go shoot a hog? Yeah. Before they get up to Montana, right? Because they're feral. So, okay. And by the way, speaking of wild, don't ruin Yellowstone season finale I haven't seen it yet. Don't ruin it for me. And are you caught up on 1883? Is that something we're going to watch? The prequel to Yellowstone? Oh, man. All right, you can weigh in anytime at Jay Walker Sports on the Twitter. You can Facebook us. You can email Jason at jasonwalkershow.com. You can also get a hold of us at 406-209-1267 if you want to call in. You can. You can also, Podbean us. Where are we at? We're on Rumble. We're on Getter. We're on everywhere. We're just, it's the Jason Walker Show, and we're coming right back. When we do, we're going to check in with Guy Almquist. Bruins got a huge win before the Christmas break. Huge. And it's not going to get any easier for Capital as they open up conference play at Hellgate on Thursday. So we'll talk to Guy Almquist about that. Plus, who does he pick, and what's the score between the Cats and the Bison on Saturday for the FCS Championship from Frisco? So we'll check in with Coach Almquist. Opening segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, veteran-owned and operated. They are family-owned and operated as long as woman-owned. And we mentioned the three distinct divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame, project management services. They have 15-plus floor plans that you can check out at yourcustomlog.com. We'll come back. Guy Almquist will join us. Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Happy New Year.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals. Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle, it's your choice. Where you have it repaired, choose Capital Collision Center. We are hanging out today and getting ready. After the show, we'll pack up everything and take the man cave on the road down to Texas. We'll drive down. Gonna leave tomorrow morning and pick up my brother, Deputy Sheriff in Townsend, pick up my dad in Laurel, and hit the road to Frisco, Plano, Texas. We'll do the show from the road Tuesday and Wednesday. Could be on the side of the road. We don't know. We're just going to have fun. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll be doing the Jason Walker Show at Hooters in Plano. So if you stop by Hooters in Plano, 5 to 6 Central Time, a little bit earlier, you can stop by and say hi. This segment of the Jason Walker Show brought to you by Rucker's Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. As we've talked, you had to use our great table. I've talked about this table before that we got at Rucker's last year or 2 years ago now. But it doesn't have leaves. The middle pops out and expands. It's really cool. It's unbelievably awesome. And we love our table and other things that we've picked up and bought at Rucker's Furniture at 1010 Dearborn, Helena. There is a basketball game Thursday nights over in Missoula that's going to be a wing-dinger, and Capital takes on Hellgate. Guy Almquist, Jeff Hayes, a couple of great coaches. There's going to be some fantastic talent And it's a big game in the Double-A. Western Double-A play begins Thursday, and it doesn't get any bigger for both teams than that one. And joining us now to talk about that game, also get his prediction on the championship for the FCS. Who wins by what score? It's Capital boys coach Guy Almquist joining us now here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach. Well, a happy New Year to you. How was the Christmas break and the holidays and all of that?
It was great. Get around the family for some time off and kind of rejuvenate and physically and mentally and enjoy each other's company and then get right back after it. So it's hard to believe it's 2022, but here we are.
I know, it's crazy. Does it get different for you as the kids get older? Does the holiday season kind of, or is it still the same as it was when they were kids?
I would say it's different, but it's, as they get older, there's different things that are fun about it. So, we spend some time with my sister. She's got 4 kids younger than mine, and so we've kind of got all the bases covered. But I think as long as I'm surrounded by family and good friends, that's really all I care about.
You guys went into the break with a huge win, big win down at Bozeman right before Christmas, and a very good present for the Capital boys and their fan base.
Yeah, fantastic win. Tremendous effort from our guys, and to go into that gym and play a team that was undefeated, number 1 in the state, and averaging 75 points a game, and holding a 50 on their floor while doing a fairly good job offensively on our end was fantastic. So we got ahead, had control of the game, but like all good teams do, they made a run at us, and probably the best thing we did all night was show good poise in that last 2-3 minutes and pull out a victory. Talking with Guy Almquist, Capital boys coach, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. Our first interview of 2022, so you should feel lucky for that, or honored, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's as we recap the win over Bozeman. How much time did you give the guys off? How much during a break like Christmas do they get? Yeah, we played on the 22nd. We actually gave them a full week off. So we didn't come back till the 29th, which, as I told most of my peers, I think that's probably as long as anybody. And I think just the longer I do this, I feel like rest from a physical and a mental standpoint really is important to these kids. They've got so much going on, and obviously in the year 2021, there's more going on now, crazy stuff than there ever has been. So give these kids some time to get away. Most of them do some work on their own in terms of the gym or getting a workout in here or there, and just making sure that when we come back, we're ready to go. And, of course, things start slowly a little bit as you get back into practices. But we had 4 practices last week, and we'll be able to get 3 more here before our first game Thursday, and I think that's plenty of time. And I think it's important that these practices, the time they put in, it kind of adds up over the course of what's a long season. So I think in order to be at your best and be fresh, as fresh as you can be in March when it matters, these are the times that are important to get them. There's a lot of coaches, whether it's right after the 4th of July or some big event like a New Year's Eve, do you go early in the morning or do you wait, let them sleep in a little bit? Well, one thing that I learned real quick is you have a practice and you make them get there early in the morning. The other person has to get there earlier in the morning as yourself. So we've probably adjusted that a little over the years. We practice on 10 o'clock on New Year's Day. So everybody, you want people to be able to stay up with their friends and family and enjoy the new year and bring that in. Obviously, then you want to get into bed and get up and get to practice. So I think at 10 o'clock is sort of allows for everybody to be happy. That's not a bad idea. I like that. I know that there's football coaches in the summer, like a 4th of July. They have like 6 a.m. workouts for their guys, just or a Labor Day type thing, just because they want them
home in bed, and
Yeah, I like my sleep. As long as we get 2 hours of good work in, I don't really care what time it is during the day.
There you go. I like it. The Capital coach, Guy Almquist, joining us, Jason Walker Show. All right, you open up conference play. You haven't had a tough or a easy schedule in the non-conference. It's not going to get any better for you guys as you head into Western AA play starting Thursday at Hellgate, a team that you guys have had some hellacious battles with over the years. And again, this is another good night basketball team.
Yeah, no, it's been a very challenging schedule so far, and that's good. I think in the first 2 weeks it already made us better. We got a lot better from our first game against Gallatin to our fourth game against Bozeman. I mean, it was night and day in terms of the fundamental aspects of the game. And so non-conference was great. Obviously, starting at Hellgate, that's a tough start, but you got to play sometime. And, I've been kind of kidding a few of my coaching friends is that, Mr. Hayes over there at Hellgate's got about 17, 18 days to come up with a game plan to work against the Capital Bruins. So I'm sure we'll see everything but the kitchen sink on Thursday. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us to be prepared for that game.
How fun is it over the years to coach against a guy like Coach Hayes, who you've known for so long?
Yeah, I've known Jeff since he was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
Way back in the day before that, our dads used to play on the same softball team back in Missoula growing up. So we've had a lot of, that relationship playing both at Carroll, not together, but both there. And then certainly coaching, there's an awful lot of respect between the two of us. And that's one of the things that I love about coaching. I love the relationships with players and their families, but I also love the relationships with other coaches. How hard everybody works and the time they're putting in and why they're doing it. And so, we have a lot of good-natured competition. It's fun. When you go to play Hellgate, you know that the other sideline, there's going to be some push and pull there, and you're going to have to do your best to help your team have a chance to win.
Who are we looking at for Hellgate this year as a team and individually? Who do you stop?
Yeah, well, they've got, Griffin Kintz, they're a big guy, 6'6" post. He's a really nice player inside, has a back-to-the-basket game. There's not a lot of that anymore, so that's frankly becoming unique. He's off to a really good start. They just hammered CMR by 25 points, and he had, I think, 25 points and 10 rebounds in that game. And then they have back this year Connor Dick, who did not play last year because of a knee injury and has come back and has looked great, had a fantastic football season, a quarterback for Hellgate, and now is the kind of slasher at the wing for them. So, they've got good players. They're going to be very disciplined. They're not going to beat themselves. That's, that's what you're going to see when you see a Hellgate team. It's going to be a very, very tough game for us, but one that I know our kids are excited about.
And then Saturday, you turn around, you get home, you get Big Sky at home. What do you expect from the Eagles?
Yeah, Big Sky, definitely one of those teams that most people project to be at the top of our league this year. They've got pretty much everybody back from a team that, had us down 10 points at halftime of our playoff game last year and beat us the time before that. So they're a very tough matchup for us, very evenly balanced team. 6 or 7 guys average between 7 and 9 points. They've got one kid who's going to be a preferred walk-on at the University of Montana, 6'6" kid, so some athleticism, some toughness, and it's going to be a tough contest. I mean, this week we will know kind of where we sit come Saturday afternoon after we play these 2 games.
Well, I know you're looking forward to getting these 2 under your belt and games that count. They all count, but these are the ones that count the most as you get ready for postseason play. A long way off, but it's going to be here before we know it. I mean, it's crazy how fast it comes.
It is. It's as old Bob Green used to say, it's like a roll of toilet paper. The closer it in, the faster it goes. So here we go, and these are going to be exciting games. But I like our team. I like our focus on getting better. And as we get better throughout the year, there could be some exciting things ahead.
All right, Cats, Bison, who wins, and what's the score Saturday?
Oh, what's the score? I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think the Cats have a real shot at winning this game. I think North Coast State's going to have trouble scoring. And I'm going to say a low-scoring game. And we'll go with touchdown Tommy 17-14.
Okay. I'm going to write that down. So next Monday, we'll see how close you are. Cat 17-14.
All right.
All right.
Perfect.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, good luck this week against Hellgate. Have some fun over there with your buddy Jeff, and we'll chat next week.
All right. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it.
Guy Almquist joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home, it's your auto, it's your life. Mike understands that, and he will take care of you in any circumstance. Get a hold of him. Mike Miller State Farm in Helena. So, yeah, the Bruins and the Knights on Thursday night. Man, that one, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good time, that game for sure. Let's see here. Tomorrow, by the way, we'll talk to Brandon Day, Helena High coach. Katie Garson-Forba will join us coming up a little bit, about 10 minutes or so. We'll talk to Ben Dudek, Helena High Girls coach. Don't forget, then, we'll be on the road tomorrow and Wednesday. Alex Eshelman scheduled to join us. Also, Keith Brake, play-by-play announcer with North Dakota State women's basketball, but he'll be at the in Frisco for the championship. We'll talk to him on Wednesday and find out all about the Bison. Also, we're going to hear from both coaches in the matchup this week, I think Thursday. And then Friday, Sam Herder will join us, the Hero Sports FCS fantastic writer. He's a great dude. And then, of course, the championship on Saturday, Cats and the Bison. And all of our coverage of the road to Frisco is brought to you by some great people, including the Montana Football Hall of Fame, Big Sky Brokers, Jay Shirley and Company, Pinkerton and Company, home of great leather wear, wallets, purses, much more. Overland Express, Speaker Sprinklers, and Excite Baits. We appreciate the extra help getting us on the road to Frisco all week long. And we'll be at Hooters on Thursday and Friday doing the show from down there. So let's see. What else we got going on today? Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. We'll have that coming up a little bit later on as well. There wasn't a whole lot of sports last week, especially on the local side, but there was some college hoops, and we'll pick one from there. Also, what else are we wanting? Oh, fantasy football. Who played fantasy football? Did you win your league? Okay, so I did not, and my running backs yesterday decided not to show up. They picked the worst day to have their worst games in the championship round. I lost by 3 points, 91-88. But if you go back to earlier in the season, before the season actually began, we had I asked who should I draft. I had the overall number one pick, okay, in our group, our league, and I went with Patrick Mahomes, number one overall pick. The second pick was Christian McCaffrey. Now, Sean Rainey over in Missoula, love the guy to death. He's a fantastic guy. Does a great job for Missoula Sports, also Montana Sports director over there with SWX Montana, ABC Fox. But Sean gave me a hard time on the Twitter, and he's like, "That it's just dumb to draft a quarterback essentially in the first round. Like, nobody does that. Nobody does it with the first pick, I mean." And I said, "Well, you know, when I win the league, you can eat some crow." Well, I ended up finishing second. I didn't win the league. But so Sean doesn't, he doesn't owe me an apology, but he said he doesn't care. He goes, Mahomes wasn't even a top 3 quarterback, and there's not a single fantasy expert that would say take him number 1. But in the NFL, it's a quarterback-driven league. That's why if you have one good running back, a great quarterback, by the way, Mahomes, I think, finished 5th as a quarterback, points-wise in our ESPN league. And then you have receivers, you're going to kick ass. And I did until the championship, because Cordarrelle Patterson and Javonte Williams decided to combine for like 1.5 points, I think. But I had Cooper Kupp all year, which was, he was my second pick. And you couldn't go wrong with that, right? Deebo Samuel from San Francisco, I had him. So, I had a really good team. I couldn't get a tight end figured out, and I couldn't get, for the most part, that was about it. I had Matt Prater, who really did okay for me on the kicking side. Tampa's defense was all right, but the tight end hurt me. The tight end hurt me yesterday, as well as the running backs. So But anyway, it was a lot of fun. And if you played your fantasy league, let me know where you finished at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter. If you want to go with it. You can also tweet your prediction for the football game on Saturday. You can call in, text 406-209-1267, and give me your thoughts on who wins the game. We'll put up a Twitter poll a little bit later on in the week. I think we'll run it probably Thursday and Friday, but give you a couple of days to vote on that. There's a lot of people going to this game. It's a lot of excitement. And again, the NCAA came out today and said that, so there's some contingencies for if the game with COVID, all right, if it's impacted. So one of the contingency plan basically includes setting the minimum participation numbers for each team to 53 eligible players. You have to have 7 offensive linemen, 4 defensive linemen, and 1 quarterback. That's minimum. And then 2 countable coaches. I don't know if that means a coach that stands on the sideline that can count with his fingers or what the hell that means. I kid. Probably an offensive and a defensive coach. Now, if a team falls below those minimums, the school can still choose to play. Both teams are scheduled to arrive Wednesday to Frisco, Texas. If one or both teams falls below the minimum numbers for eligible players and chooses not to play prior to arriving Wednesday, the Division I Football Committee will look to move the title game to January 14th in Frisco. Okay? That's if a team or both falls below the 53 minimum and chooses not to play before Wednesday, before they get to Frisco. That's imperative. So Wednesday is going to be a key day for all of us. Now, if both teams arrive Wednesday and one or both fall below the established minimum numbers, this will take effect. If one team's unable to play in the title game, the Division I Football Committee will declare the game a no contest, and the remaining team would be the 2021 NCAA Division I FCS champ. If both teams cannot play after arriving in Frisco Wednesday, the game's a no contest, and the championship for the year would be vacated. So there'd be no champion. Instead of co-champions, there'd be no champion. So Wednesday's a key day for all of us. We hope both teams get there, and then we just hope they can play the game. But if you're vaccinated, and I believe both schools are mostly vaccinated, all of that. And again, it's not anti-vax. It's anti-mandate. I have both vaccinations. I've got the booster. And if these kids have it, because the vaccination works, right? That's what we've been told for a year and a half or a year. Then let these kids play some football on Saturday and play for a championship. Let them play, okay? That's just my thoughts. You can agree or disagree. That's fine. It's a free country still right now. But you can weigh in anytime at Jaywalker Sports on the Twitter. You can text Jason at Jason Walker Show or email Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com. Call in or text 406-209-1267 if you so choose. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Helena High Girls got a big win before the break, and we'll talk to head coach Ben Dudek. Who does he have? He's kind of an outsider. Who does he have winning the Cats Bison game coming up on Saturday for the FCS Championship? We will find out when we talk to Ben Dudek. Plus your Auto Contest Performance of the Week. On this day in history, the walk-off, and more, all still coming up here. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Ruckers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Ruckers Furniture. 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Ruckers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Ruckers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Ruckers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Monday, first show of 2022. Did you know that 2022 is 2022? Do we want to repeat? 2021 was bad enough. Jason Walker Show is presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana state law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Big show this week. Cannot wait to get to Texas, where we will be doing our show from Hooters in Plano Thursday and Friday. So stop by in the afternoon and have some dinner, have some wings, say hi. And yeah, it'll be a fun time. Also going to talk with Sam Herder this week down in Frisco. Alex Eshelman will join us. Keith Brake from 1610 Bison will join us. He knows the NDSU football team. We'll hear from both coaches, a couple of players as well. It's going to be a great week. It's also a great week for high school kids as they get back to school, get back to game action. And that includes the Helena High Girls coming off a big win over Belgrade right before the break. But they have a tough one out of the gate, too, playing Big Sky and Hellgate this week. And to join us talking about those games and much more is the head coach of Helena High Girls, Ben Dudek. Joins us here on the Jason Walker Show. All right, Coach, give me your takeaways from the weekend of basketball. Well, Happy New Year, Coach. It's 2022. How's that make you feel when you hear that?
Oh, I'm not really much of a year person, so it's not too bad. It's another year, it's another day, and have to take care of the things that are in front of us. So, no, I'm excited, though.
Did you have a good holiday break?
Yeah, it was good. We had family in town from the East Coast, and just got to hang out with them for a little bit. Had a really good week of practice last week, and just gearing up for West play. So yeah, it was a great break, good little reset, and excited for next month.
Coming off the win over Belgrade to get that win before the break, how important was that?
Oh, huge. I mean, we really stressed that we wanted to just continue to improve on the things that we had done over the 2.5, 3 weeks leading up to it, and we didn't want to take a step back. And thought we came out, we executed our game plan pretty well. We moved the ball, much better than we had the previous 3 games, and ended up winning the game by 28. So then we had a really good feeling about that, which led us into a really good week of practice. Yeah, so I mean, it was huge. It's just taking that next step forward. You know, we always want to be stepping forward, not backwards. So it was big.
Helena High Girls coach Ben Dudek, our guest here, Jason Walker Show. How much time did you give the girls off?
Oh, they had off. We had a little fun practice on Wednesday after the Belgrade game and just did some team bonding things. Then they had off until Monday, and then we practiced Monday through Friday last week.
Okay. And then what time did you practice on, or did you practice on Saturday morning, or did you give them the time off? Because some coaches make teams practice New Year's Day early.
Yeah, no, we gave them off because we come back on Monday, which was kind of earlier than everybody else. So we just had a really solid week. We did a lot of film last week on ourselves and just, looked at our areas of, improvement and things that we did really well, and just trying to mesh those two things so we can just continue to get better. So we watched film. We spent probably 3 hours a day with each other every day last week. So we thought it was important to give them the weekend off. Sure.
I'm talking with Bengals girls coach Ben Dudek, Mike Miller, State Farm Hotline. You open up Western Conference play this year. It's not going to be real easy, but as you head into it, how do you like how Helena High's playing?
Oh, I'm excited about where we're at, and you're right. It's not going to be easy. There's not one team in the West right now that has a losing record, so it's going to be a challenge each and every night. But I like where we're at. I like how our forwards are playing, our guards are coming along. I think we're playing really balanced basketball. We're hitting some shots, but we're also able to finish on the inside. Defensively, we're only giving up about 34 points per game. So I'm excited about where we're at, but it's definitely going to be
You open up with Big Sky at home. What do you expect on Thursday night?
They've gotten a lot better. I'm expecting a competitive game. They have a freshman that's, really good. And, their role players from last year, the ones that have come back, have been playing pretty well for them this year. I think, kind of like you asked me, how big are wins before breaks? I mean, they had a couple nice wins in their East play. So I think they're feeling pretty confident. We're just going to have to be ready to execute our game plan, just take some of the girls away, and I think we'll be all right. But again, it's all about competing for us. We always want to be the best that we can be on each and every night. That's what I'm going to expect from our girls on Thursday.
This is the time of year now where it's gonna. I mean, it gets real, and it gets real in a hurry. Like we talked about with Big Sky on Thursday, and then Hellgate on Saturday. But when you look at the Western AA, how does Helena High compete night in, night out?
Oh, I just think we just continue to do what we're doing. I mean, I think we have a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. I think we're probably one of the more physical teams in the West. I just think we, obviously need to take care of the ball. We've been turning the ball over a little bit more than what we would like. So, definitely in the West, every possession is going to count, and every win's going to count. I mean, that's really the key here. I mean, you want to position yourself well for divisionals. You don't want to be stuck playing, somebody that shouldn't be playing in the first round. So, no, I think we stack up pretty well with the best of them in the West, and I'm going to expect big things from us.
And then to Saturday, tell me about Hellgate. Who are we watching for there?
On Hellgate?
Yeah.
Everyone. No, I mean, I know that's kind of a, kind of cliche answer, but it's true. I mean, they're so talented on both sides of the ball. Obviously, Alex Colville, 6'6". No matter what defense they play, they're very difficult to score at the rim. But then you got Bailey, you got Addie. I mean, they Kiki. I mean, across the board. I mean, they go 7-8 deep, and they have 7 or 8 girls that can really hurt you on the inside out. They finish pretty well. So it's definitely going to present some matchup challenges for us. But again, it's, one thing I love about our group is that we are so willing and ready for those challenges. I think our girls are going to be excited to get there on Saturday after our Thursday game.
Well, it's going to be a fun ride. There's no question about it as you get ready for that conference play. And what are you looking forward to the most on Thursday when you get back in?
Just competing. I mean, again, something I talk about a lot. It's just that competition. But for me, for our group, I think we just enjoy the gym every day. We just enjoy that competitive spirit. So, I mean, I'm excited for that for us. It'll be 16 days since our last game on Thursday, but kind of we talked about in practice today. I mean, just like you said, this is when the season really starts. We got to be locked in and ready to go, and get better each and every night. So I'm excited to see us get better on Thursday.
All right, you're kind of an out-of-stater, but who you picking Saturday? Montana State, North Dakota State.
Man, I guess I got to go with the homer. I'll go Montana State. That's more of a heart than a head, because I don't know a whole lot about that 1A football.
Give me a score.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Well, I see both teams put up a lot of points sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home where I'm going to go 45-42.
Wow. Okay. All right. Almquist over there at Capitol with the boys, he said 17-14. So we're going to have – I can't wait to get everybody's picks and find out who's closest without going over.
Well, gosh, nobody bet on my picks. Like I said, I lived here a lot shorter time than Almquist. So.
There you go. All right. So, well, I guess I can ask you next week who wins the other championship. Does anybody care, though, about Georgia and Alabama again?
I don't know if any. I mean, I do. Yeah, I like seeing those SEC teams go at it, and obviously, we see SEC is so strong.
Yeah.
That no matter who other conferences put up against them, it's tough to beat them. But that'll be a great game.
All right, well, we'll talk about that one next week, and probably talk about your guys' games too, because you're gonna have a roadie next week or a long weekend next weekend. So
yep, long weekend. Yep.
But enjoy this week. Enjoy Thursday night as you get back into the swing. Good luck to you and the gals, and we'll talk next week, Coach.
Yep, sounds good. Appreciate it.
That is Ben Dudek joining us, Helena High Girls on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. He's a good dude, and love chatting with him. So we've got Coach Almquist said 17-14 Cats, and Dudek said 45-42. We'll find out what Katie Garson-Forbes says tomorrow, also Brandon Day, and we'll get others' predictions too. You can weigh in on your prediction anytime you'd like. You can email us, jason@jasonwalkershow.com. You can call and text 209-1267. Facebook @JWalker on the JWalker Sports on the Twitter, also Jason Walker Show on Twitter. So you can let us know in a variety of ways. So it's gonna be a fun game on Saturday down there in Frisco. Hopefully they let them play. All right, today's Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Shamrock Campbell, Carroll Men. He is the Irk Hotels Frontier Conference Men's Basketball Player of the Week as well. He got 22 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. Hit a couple of threes in Carroll's big win over Dickinson over the weekend, as they won 80-64 and got the big win. But yeah, I mean, Carroll, man, Shamrock Campbell, he's been good ever since he got on campus. Saints are 15-1 overall and have won 3 in a row. Did they do new polls today, or was that last? Was it? I can't remember. Polls or polls? Let's see. When did the okay? Yeah, so they didn't do a poll today. Oh, it's because it comes out on Tuesdays. That's right. So we'll have new polls tomorrow. Carroll women should stay in the top 5. The Carroll men were second. They lost in when did they lose? Arizona, right before Christmas. They lost 1 game, but they should. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll stay in the top 5. It's 1 loss. So there you go. All right. So Shamrock Campbell, your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. Let's do On This Day in History. And I'm telling you, man, there's some good stuff on this date. January the 3rd, National Thank God It's Monday Day. Does anybody ever say Thank God It's Monday? We can this one because it is the Monday before the FCS Championship. It is National Chocolate-Covered Cherry Day. It is Drinking Straw Day and Fruitcake Toss Day. 1920 on this date. If you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you might want to cover your ears. On this day, 1920, Red Sox owner Harry Frazee announces the agreement to sell Babe Ruth to the New York Yankees for $125,000 in cash and a $350,000 loan. And then many people say the curse of the Bambino started right then. 1931, Montreal Maroons center Nels Stewart scores the two fastest goals in NHL history, 4 seconds apart. 1943, Max and Doug Bentley got an assist on a goal. What's important about that? It was on their brother Reg's only NHL goal. The only time in NHL history a trio of family members scored and assisted on one scoring play. 1972, Ken Rosewald retains his title at the Australian Open, his 4th overall Aussie crown. 1973, 12-man syndicate led by Michael Burke and George Steinbrenner III would buy the Yankees for $10 million from CBS. And now they're worth well over $1 billion. Well, their stadium alone cost $1 billion. 1981, Australian women's tennis. How about this one? Australian Open women's tennis. Czech teenager Anna Mandlikova won her first of 4 career Grand Slams. 1983 on this date, Tony Dorsett goes 99 yards in a Cowboys game against Minnesota, the Vikings. 1991, Wayne Gretzky, the fastest and the youngest in the NHL to score 700 goals. He scored 700 goals in 886 games. He was 29 years, 342 days. 1993, the comeback. Frank Reich leads Buffalo from 32 down to defeat Houston Oilers 41-38 in overtime in a wild card playoff game. 2007, Dolphins head coach Nick Saban resigns and goes and takes a job at Alabama, where he's got the Crimson Tide playing in a 10th national championship in 15 years on Monday night as they take on Georgia. Go Bulldogs. 1923, happy birthday to Hank Stram, the Hall of Fame football coach. Led the Chiefs to the Super Bowl along with Jan Stenerud, 1970. Passed away in 2005. That was just a few years after I met him. And my story is I caddied for George Brett in Jan Stenerud's celebrity golf tournament down in Bozeman one year. And so I was talking to George, and he found out that I like to do sports. I was doing play-by-play. Takes me over, introduces me to Hank Stram, and says, Hank, I'd like to introduce you to Jason Walker, and told him that I wanted to do play-by-play someday or get into sports. And Hank hands me his business card at CBS. He was still doing analyzing at CBS. And he said, call CBS and tell them I told you to hire you. And I never did. Never made that call. I was like, yeah, that's going to happen. But it was fun to meet Hank Stram. 1939, Bobby Hull was born on this date, the great hockey player. And Mel Gibson born on this date, 1956. That is on this day in history. Let's do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off presented by Cafe Zydeco. And it's where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Sue, you're late. I know, Sue, you're going to pick the cats. You and your husband are going down because we talked about it Friday. Me and your husband did. She's Facebooking. George Brett was in Montana. Yeah, he used to come to Montana a lot. He enjoyed Stacy's, the old Stacy's bar out in Gallon Gateway. But yeah, George Brett was fantastic. Gave me a lot of money, and gave me a lot of money to carry his golf clubs. And he bought all my food and drink. It was a lot of fun. And you talk about a guy that can hit a baseball. How about a guy that can hit a golf ball? I got a 60-degree lob wedge because of George Brett. Took me 20-plus years to learn how to use it, somewhat. But you don't get over 3,000 hits and hit 394, 1980, without knowing how to have great hand-eye coordination. So, yeah, George Brett was fantastic. What did we miss today? Not much. Did see this, though. Wanted to throw this at you. Where to go? So due to COVID protocols at the high school, Whitefish boys basketball postponing their games this week against Browning and Polson. They will play later on at the end of the month instead. Just let them play. They're vaccinated, right? Vaccines work. Let them play. Just let them play. They're kids. All right. All right. Oh, we just got this. So Shamrock Campbell, your Auto Concepts and Frontier Conference Performance of the Week. India Fly of Rocky is the Urk Hotel's Frontier Conference Women's Player of the Week. This just came in. Rocky's 12-1. They play Carroll this week. The Battling Bears do, I believe, in Helena. And that's going to be one whale of a basketball game. India had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 steals in a win for the Battling Bear women over Dickinson this week. So, awesome. She's really good. I saw her in person. She's very, very fun to watch. And she's going to be, she's doing really good things for Wes Keller and that Rocky team down there. So, there you go. All right. Hope you had a great Monday. Hope you had a good New Year. Let's see. What else have we met? Oh, thanks, Howard. Bruin Wrestling tomorrow. Does that mean Helena High's wrestling tomorrow too? Probably at the Bears double duel, or the Helena High is probably wrestling too. Yeah, they probably are. There's a really good chance of that. There's wrestling tomorrow. Most wrestling's on Tuesday. You ever notice that? And it's kind of frustrating. I like wrestling. Let's see. So Capital duel tomorrow. Helena High has a duel, yes, with Butte and Sentinel. And Capital has a duel with Sentinel and Butte as well. So they'll wrestle one, then they'll... It's like softball, where Helena High and Capital play, like, we'll just say Sentinel and Butte in softball. Well, they're doing it in wrestling. So Capital will wrestle Sentinel, and then Sentinel will go over to Helena High and wrestle while Butte wrestles Helena High and then goes over to the Bears. You get it? Just whichever one you want to cheer for, go to that gym, because then you'll get to see it all. Make sense? Good. All right. Walk-off is presented by Cafe Zydeco. Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Po' boy, shrimp po' boy, so good. Barbecue po' boy, so good. Great stuff. Reminder, thanks to Guy Almquist for joining us. Ben Dudek tomorrow, Katie Garson-Forba, and Brandon Day from the road somewhere. I don't know where we'll be, but we'll be on the road somewhere. We could be in Wyoming. We might be in Colorado, but we'll be doing the show tomorrow on the road. Alex Ashelman scheduled on Wednesday. Keith Brake. We'll talk Bison football. Dean Alexander will join us on Thursday, and we'll talk to Sam Herder on Friday from Plano, from Hooters on Thursday and Friday in Plano, Texas. It's going to be fun. Jason Walker Show presented by Capital Collision Center. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Happy New Year to everybody. And we're going to do it again tomorrow, somewhere from the road at 4 o'clock. If you missed anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. We will see you tomorrow.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.